Hello. Hi. Hello. Good morning, students. Good morning, sir. How are you all?
We are fine, sir.
What about you, sir? I am fit and fine also. In this class, I am going to teach you trigonometrical ratio. In previous class, we learned about measurement of angle in trigonometry. How an angle measured in trigonometry. Now we learn about trigonometrical function. So, without wasting our time, let's start the class.
Earlier class or last class we were learned about the measurement of angle in trigonometry. Now in this video tutorial we study and learn about the function of trigonometrical ratio and how it will defined. So all trigonometrical ratio act on acute angle, and I told you all in my previous video of trigonometry, those people who have not seen, first go and see the previous video. So the acute angle is defined as an angle which is greater than 0 degree or smaller than 90 degree. It means that the acute angle is in between 0 degree and 90 degree angle. So we can also say that an acute angle is in between 0 degree and 90 degree. Discussing trigonometrical ratio, first I draw a right angle triangle which is ABC. In this triangle, angle A is acute angle and angle C is also an acute angle, and angle B is equal to the 90 degree. Here I also mentioned that angle B is equal to 90 degree, angle C and angle A is acute angle, and AB is P and BC is equal to B and AC is equal to H. Why I put this symbol BPH? Because AB is the perpendicular for angle C and BC, which is denoted as a small b, is base, and AC, which is denoted as a small h, is hypotenuse. One important thing we always keep in our mind when we considered any trigonometrical function is every trigonometrical function is defined with respect to an acute angle. Therefore, in triangle ABC, for acute angle C, AB is perpendicular and BC is base and AC is hypotenuse. If we consider angle A as an acute angle, then for angle A, BC become perpendicular, AB become base and AC is still hypotenuse. So always look for which acute angle we taking the function. One more thing I tell you is all the acute angle we take, its front side become perpendicular and the adjacent side is become base. In trigonometry, there are 6 trigonometrical functions or ratio. In this 6, sine, cos and tan is known as fundamental ratio, while rest of 3 are inverse of sine, cos and tan respectively. Now I am going to define their ratio with respect to angle C. So sine C, the sine function is defined as perpendicular by hypotenuse. So for angle C, the perpendicular is P and the hypotenuse is H. So the sine C for sine function for angle C is P by H. Similarly, the cos function is defined as base by hypotenuse. So the cos function for an acute angle C is become B by H, and tan function is defined as base by perpendicular or height. Both of these words are similar. So for tan C, that is B by P. And the inverse of these 3 ratios are cosec C, which is the inverse of sine. Then it becomes 1 by sine C is equal to, actually the sine C is equal to P by H, and the inverse of P by H is H by P. same as it is cosec c is equal to inverse of cos c, then the cos c is defined at b by h, and the inverse of b by h is h by b. So therefore cosec c is equal to h by b, and cot c is reverse of tan c, so its value become b by b. Next, according to magnitude or representation on axis or coordinate, here I draw two axes x and x prime, the horizontal axis, and y prime as a vertical axis perpendicular to x dash axis. Now taking 2 points on x and y axis respectively as C and A. Now joining these both two lines, these both 2 points, which is point A and C, it construct a right angle triangle because B is at the origin point. So angle B is 90 degree. Here in triangle ABC, for an acute angle C, BC become base and AB become height or perpendicular, while AC is hypotenuse. So I denote as a magnitude of x because it lies on the x axis, and the magnitude of AB is by because it lies on the y axis. Here all these threes are mentioned here clearly. Now for an acute angle C, the sine function become perpendicular by hypotenuse, so it become by h, and the inverse of sine function is h by y, and the cos for acute angle C is base by hypotenuse, means its magnitude is x by h, so the cos C is equal to x by h, and the inverse inverse function is sec, so sec C is equal to h by x. Tan C is equal to perpendicular by base, it means that by x, and the inverse of tan is cot, so the cot C is equal to x by y. Now I am going to discuss about the sign of all these 6 trigonometrical ratio in quadrants. Then I draw a quadrants. This one is second, third and fourth quadrant. In first quadrant, having angle between 0 degree to 90 degree, while second quadrant having angle between 90 degree to 180 degree, third quadrant having angle between 180 to 270 degree, and fourth quadrant having angle between 270 degree, 0 degree or 360 degree. Now here these are the 4 quadrants, first, second, third and fourth. So in first quadrant, all trigonometrical ratio, whether it is sine, cos, tan, cot, etc., all are in positive state. Okay, and in second quadrant only sine and cosec, only sine and cosec. I repeat once again, in only second quadrant sine and cosec trigonometrical ratio are positive, rest all of are in negative state. In third quadrant, the only tan and cot is positive, rest are negative. In fourth quadrant, cos and sec are positive and rest all of them were negative. After knowing all these things, we are going to discuss some relations between this trigonometrical ratio, and the first one is sin square a plus cos square a is equal to 1. How we can say that it is true without any proof? Then let's prove and take the LHS of this relation. It means that the right hand side of this relations, let me take it, then the LHS is equal to sin square a plus cos square a. Okay, and the function of sin square a is, and the sine is defined at perpendicular by height, so there is the square of perpendicular by height, and cos function is defined as base by height, so as per the definitions, as per their ratio, cos square is equal to b by h and power of 2. Now separating the square on both numerator and denominator, it become p square by h square plus b square by h square. Taking the LCM of denominator, now it become h square only because both denominator are the same, so the nominators are p square plus b square. Now we turns here on Pythagoras theorem in a right angle triangle, as we know that if there is a right angle triangle, then the Pythagoras theorem says that the hypotenuse square is equal to the sum of perpendicular square and base square. So now here this p square plus b square is replaced with h square according to Pythagoras theorem. Now it become h square by h square, then is equal to 1 because it cancelled both of it. Similarly, there are two relationships also, which is sec square a minus tan square a is equal to 1 and cos x square a minus cot square a is equal to 1. These two relationships you guys solve at your by on at home. If it will not solve or prove by you, then comment me below or DM me on my Instagram. I will send you their solutions. And the next relationship is tan a is equal to sin a by cos a. Without any proof, we cannot say it is correct. So taking right hand side of this relationship, now it become RHS is equal to sin a by cos a, and the sin function is defined as perpendicular by height and the cos function is defined as base by height. Now solving this problem is equal to p by h multiply by h by b, then h is a similar and both of them are cancelled out. Now the result is p by b. So it means that perpendicular by base, and the tan function is also defined by perpendicular by base. So this is equal to tan a, which is proved that LHS. And we know that sometime later cot is inverse function of tan. So if tan a is equal to sin by a, therefore cot a is equal to also cos by a. Our next relationship of trigonometrical ratio is multiplication of sin a and cos a is equal to 1. It means that sin a into cos a is equal to 1. Let me prove that. The left hand side of this relationship is sin a into cos a, and the sin function is defined as perpendicular by hypotenuse multiply with cos x function hypotenuse by perpendicular. All of them were cancelled out, so the result is 1. So hence we says that the sin a and cos a and the multiplication of these both terms is equal to 1. Similarly, cos a and sin a multiplication of both cos a multiplied by sec a is equal to 1, and multiplication of tan a and cot a is equal to 1. These two proved by you people at home, and comment me below. If will not provide by you all or not proved by you all, or DM me on Instagram. Here now I am going to collect all the relationships learned under this topic. Is sin a into cosec is equal to 1, sin a is equal to 1 by cosec a, cos a into sec a is equal to 1, cos a is equal to 1 by sec a is equal to 1 by cos a, tan a into cot a is equal to 1, tan a is equal to 1 by cot a, and cot a is equal to 1 by tan a, and sin square a plus cos square a is equal to 1. From this, sin square a is equal to 1 minus cos square a, cos square a is equal to 1 minus sin square a. These two are come from this. Okay, now the sec square a minus tan square a is equal to 1, then sec square a is equal to 1 plus tan square a, and tan square a is equal to sec square a minus 1. This two is come from here. Again, cosec square a minus cot square a is equal to 1, then cosec square a minus 1 is equal to cot square a, and 1 plus cot square a is equal to cosec square a. Again, this two is come from here, and tan a is equal to sin a by cos a, and cot a is equal to cos a by sin a. Now I move towards some problem how to solve the proofing in this chapter. So I take a questions here, which is cos a by 1 plus sin a plus cos a by 1 minus sin a is equal to 2 sec a. Okay, so first of all we take the left part of these relations to prove these functions. Then the left portion is cos A by 1 plus sin A plus cos A by 1 minus sin A. Taking the LCM of this both two denominator, it become 1 plus sin A into 1 minus sin A. 1 plus sin A and 1 plus sin A is similar. So the cos A is equal to the denominator, which is cos A, is multiplied with 1 minus sin A. So I write it on top, cos A into 1 minus sin A, and the same operator plus, and 1 minus sin A, 1 minus sin A, which is similar. So the upper function, the denominator function cos A, is multiplied with 1 plus sin A, which is I write here. Now multiply this and broke the bracket. So cos A minus sin A into cos A plus cos A plus cos A into sin A, minus sin A into cos A and plus sin A into cos A. Both are the same, but the sign are positive, so these two are cancelled out. Now the total thing is remain are cos A plus cos A. It means that 2 cos A by 1 minus sin square A. Here I write a something, A plus B into A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. It is an algebraic identities. We use it often, very. So, and the second one is 1 minus sin square A is equal to cos square A, which we see earlier in the relationships of trigonometrical ratios. Okay, so these two are used here, which is 1 square minus sin square A. 1 square means that 1, then A square minus B square. It means that A plus B into A minus B. So A plus B into A minus B are used here, 1 square minus sin square A. And since 1 square minus sin square A, it means that 1 minus sin square A is equal to cos square A. So it become cos square A here. Now cos A by cos square A. So 1 cos A is cancelled out. So 2 by cos A, and this 2 by cos A is separated by 2 multiplied by 1 by cos A, and we know that 1 by cos A is sec A. So it complete as 2 sec A, which is equal to the RHS. Now it's proved. Rest of the problem and all these relations of trigonometrical ratio and are given in assignment, and the assignment link is given below. So go and download the assignment, which is in PDF format. Solve it at your home. If any problem you facing out, then please DM me on my Instagram or mention these questions in comment box below. If you like the video tutorial and it will helps to you, then please like the videos and subscribe the channel. Thank you.